name is Chris Ronsky. I'm a senior program manager at Keysight Technologies, and I am the architect behind our Highspot implementation. So if anyone doesn't know Keysight Technologies, we were started in 1939 in Silicon Valley by two guys named Bill Hewlett and Dave Packard. So HP, before HP was a desk jet printer company that was a test equipment company. So our business is test and measurement. Pre-Highspot, we had content everywhere. No one could find anything. That was the biggest complaint, was there was content in SharePoint, there was content in portals, there was content in special web pages. People were using Dropbox and OneNote and all kinds of places. No one knew where to find anything. So the idea for us, the first idea for us behind Highspot was to put everything in one place. When we sold it internally, we built a slide that was we called it the house slide. It was literally like if you took a crayon and drew a house. And then inside of that, we started to put all the stuff. Here's all the stuff from Portal. Here's all the stuff from AEM, which is our public web page. Here's all the content from the 150 different SharePoint locations that you guys are currently going to search from. And that was like the eureka moment for people, like, oh yeah, now I get it. Okay, I can go to one place and just find everything. The biggest thing that we did right from the start was doing it in phases. So we're a relatively large company. We have a diverse product line. We have a diverse set of customers, and therefore we have an even more diverse set of use cases for that. So we didn't want to carve off just a corner. We really brought everything in, but we also did it very simplistically. We just sort of brought in everything, gave a very high-level structure for how to organize it, and then at the start we relied a lot on search in order to use it. And so that wasn't ideal, right? Ideally we would have spent a year and set it up and made it perfect and beautiful out of the gate, but that's not realistic. So by at least having, again, going back to that house slide, right? There's one place for you to go, everything under one roof. It wasn't perfect, but that was a start, and that got people going there. And then we could sort of go, we literally mapped it out, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. These are the things that we want to do, and we ticked off one piece at a time, and that allowed us to do that one piece well, and then improve it, and then improve it, and then improve it. One of the key initiatives for Keysight this fiscal year has been a focus on NPIs. For us, that's a new product introduction. So anytime we're introducing a new product, it should have differentiation, whatever that is for that product, right? It might be that it's higher performance, it might be that it's wider bandwidth, it might be that it's cheaper and it's filling a need down at the bottom end. Whatever that focus is for that product, it's intended to solve a problem or a niche that we need to fill. So we want to go after those. We want to utilize that effort that was put into that new product, and how do we capitalize on that? So we really focused on, this year we've really focused on, hey, what are the NPIs? How do we drive adoption? How do we drive growth? How do we drive sellers selling the new products? Because we developed those for a reason. They fill a gap somewhere in the marketplace. Let's go after that. Let's make some hay out of that. Then the way we took that in and integrated that in with our Highspot implementation was to literally build individual sales plays around every one of those NPIs. So we built out a sales play. We came up with a format that was pretty good. That way we could duplicate it over and over and over again. So when a seller goes and sees a sales play, they already know what they're going to get because they all look basically the same. And then by presenting it in a way that they can utilize, then it literally shows them what they need to do. You guys use no, say, show, and do. We did it slightly differently, but the same idea, right? Just cookie cutter over and over. And so that way when they go there, they know what they're going to see. Here's the learning piece, here's the competitive piece, here's the what's new piece, and then here's what I actually need to go show a customer. With regard to what we've done around cross-selling and around driving revenue per seller, we've done a lot of work around building sales plays in a way that the seller can consume it. What we tried to do was, okay, say, look, if we could only use one piece of content, what would that look like? We didn't always get to only one, but it forced us to think about the problem differently and give the sellers just enough to get the discussion going, and then let them be sellers, let them do their job and go actually sell it. In some cases, maybe now we have 2 pieces of content, but it still is way better than what we had before, which was 20. And so again, we built that into our sales play. We had a sales play that starts out with, okay, here's what's new. Here's what the market is like. Here's the 1 or 2 pieces of content that you should go show a customer. And by laying and then we continue, right? Here's the competitive stack up, and here's some training information and things like that for you. But by building that in and giving them just a little bit of info to start the discussion in a way that we knew you could start that discussion with nearly any customer, that's enough to get the ball rolling and let them go do their sales job. So the biggest positive experience that we've seen with implementing Highspot is the fact that I can tell the sellers are going there. The sellers vote with their feet. They're going to go where they need to go to find the content that they need. And I can see in the analytics that they're coming there on a regular basis. I can see the cadence people coming in. We have in excess of 90% of our sellers regularly in the tool finding the content that they need. Highspot is the one place for our sellers to go to find everything.